Okay, we're going to have to continue. Obviously, I'm talking too much. I'm not even halfway through the book. This is a transparency. This was my clear page. Everybody's is, maybe different. I kind of got a little carried away. Painted it cream, didn't really like it. Tried to paint it blue, wasn't thinking that when you flip it, the cream would be on the other side because it's clear, which was not, shows how goofy I can be at times and not, think things completely through. And I put the paper on it and still didn't really like the paint that was on it, so I started scratching it off. And I scratched it pretty hard on purpose because once I scratched one part, I realized that I thought it was really cool the way that it looks scratched. And I'm not even sure if you can see it, but it just kind of gives like a clouded, instead of a completely clear acrylic, it's kind of clouded and it's got like some different lines of shine and looks wind, and then with the swirl behind it, I liked the way it was going, so I kind of probably scratched a little more than I really needed to. And on this side, you can see where I had already put the paper down. So when I scratched right up to the paper, but this has the cream paint still. So this is normally like a yellow with polka dots, and now it's just more of a cream, and you can barely see the polka dots, which I liked even better because I really, not that I didn't care for the polka dots, but I kind of liked having the cream with this page that's here because it just seemed to flow a little bit better. I also found something really cool if anybody wants to play around with it, is when you paint on acrylic and you can scratch off whatever you want, and I had actually scratched my name into the paint. So the whole acrylic sheet was at one point in time blue, but then it had my name scratched into it. And I would have done that and left it, except for I scratched my name up here, and then that means that it would have said Tammy and had a picture of one of my sons, so I just scratched my name completely out and scratched all the paint off. But it would be something fun to do if you wanted to try, painting and then scratching words and stuff into it. This is the next page. I used the wave paper, and this right here is from the sun-kissed paper, and that's Keegan letting me know that he's done with being outside. He's tired, and went over and found our wall is like completely out in Las Vegas. All of them are cement walls, so this is actually like a half wall, and then there's a garden, and then the rest of the wall. And so he goes over in the corner and sits down when he decides that he's had enough and it's hot and he wants to go inside. That's how I know he's done. This is a page that I did. This was a 4-inch that was left over from one of the other papers. I flipped it and used the back green side. That was a 4-inch that was left from one of the papers. This is from the stripes, and I added more pearls over the dots. That cloud sun that I silhouette cut, that's a complete rip-off from Paula, because I loved the way that she did it in her layout. I believe it was the sunshine one. And the photo is from one of my lessons in the Capturing Through the Lens with Katrina, and it was a shot that she had. I don't know if you guys remember the class she had with the boots and her son sitting on a somewhere. I don't remember, but he was sitting in a chair, and she had a picture of the floor and his boots. And I just loved that shot, and my kids started getting into this habit of like getting their shoes on to go outside, and then our door is literally right here. So they would get their shoes on and come outside and sit here and take their shoes off. And I just thought it was funny, so I got a picture of their shoes off, and they're all over there playing in the pool now. But I just thought that was a good shot that gave me the same feel that shot that Katrina did was, and I loved that shot that she had. So this is the other printed page that I had, printed acrylic. I used paint on the back side of this to kind of highlight this number 4. I chose to do that to kind of date the album somewhat. This is the year that Zach turned 4, so, and he'll be actually 4 next week, but I just thought, that would be a way to date this album, that it was the summer he turned 4. And this is him, and he's laughing because his dad shot him in the chest with a Nerf gun. So he thought it was the funniest thing that Dad picked up a toy and played. Another shot of Keegan running away from me. And then on this side, instead of just having the blue square, I just added a flower to the center of it to give it a little more purpose. And this is also from the striped page, and this is the back of the striped page, so the other side of this would be, you know, one of the stripes, but this is the back print. This is a line rub-on. This is from the Crafter's Kit, and this is Bling Flowers from the Embellishment Kit. I just added the two together. I thought that gave a little more depth, and just thought it kind of looked cool with the multiple flower pattern. And then that's a s'more, which you gotta love those. This is Zach getting a taste of the water, and this right here is yet another scrap from that Sunkissed paper. So I mean, that you can tell that I really, you know, got this paper to go pretty far, because yeah, there's another one. So the paper really stretches. I mean, you really can get quite a good use out of it, and if you were to mix in like a sheet of cardstock or something, you really would be able to take this, you know, way farther. Another thing you could do is you could add more of your own pages. The transparency that comes with the kit, I was going to do it, but then I decided to use it on a layout instead. But you could easily cut that transparency into an 8x8 square and just punch holes in it, and then you have another page, a whole nother page you could add to your album. And it already has the sun on it, so I mean, it's, you know, you could add to this very, very easily. This is more scraps of paper from when I cut the 8, you get the 4-inch, so I had the 2 4-inches, and then I used some of the ribbon to conceal the seam. And that's Zach. Do you like that Elmo diaper there? And this is from the Crafter's Kit, and I just painted, that was the cream paint that's in the Crafter's Kit, and this was the blue that was in there. And then this is the last page. And this last page I left flat on purpose, because when you're flipping through it, most of the time you're holding it. So I really didn't want a whole lot of stuff that was going to get knocked off. And this is our gate from our backyard. You can see our cement walls and see how close our houses are together. But I really loved, again, a picture from the back, but I loved this shot because these are the two little ones, and they're watching the two big ones take off, because the two big ones came and played in the backyard for like 5 minutes and then found out one of their friends was home, so they, you know, went on to the older kids. So, you know, that is the way it works. It's always cooler to play with older kids, so they're off playing with older kids, and then these ones want to go play with those older kids, and I just thought it was kind of a cool shot. Them waiting by the gate for them to return. So this is my mini album, and I just really wanted to share it with you and let you get a good look at all of the pages and everything that I did. And again, I think that when you get a copy of the page starters, you'll be really surprised at how it was only a few sheets of paper, and I've got this really cool album that my dad is going to just flip over. And hopefully you guys will share what you guys do with it, and I can't wait to see what it is. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.